This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Warning! Always replace shock absorber and coil spring assemblies in pairs. Never replace just one of them. If you're removing the left side shock absorber, first remove the battery. Disconnect the cable from the negative battery terminal first. Then disconnect the cable from the positive battery terminal. Remove the battery hold-down clamp. Battery straps and handlers are a safe method for removing a battery, if the battery is not already equipped with a handle. Here we are using shop rags. This requires extra caution so that the battery does not slip. Lift out the battery. Be careful, it's heavy. Remove the battery tray and fasteners. Now remove the junction block fasteners, and if equipped, the cruise control actuator fasteners. Reposition them as necessary to allow access to the left side shock absorber upper fasteners. If you're removing the right side shock absorber, remove the air filter and filter housing. To remove the air filter, disconnect the wiring from the mass airflow sensor in order to get enough clearance to raise the lid. Release the clamps retaining the two halves of the air filter housing. Then lift the cover up and remove the air filter element. Remove the filter housing to gain access to the right side shock absorber upper fasteners. Loosen the wheel lug nuts. Raise the front of the vehicle, then support it securely on jack stands. Remove the front wheels. Unbolt the brake hose bracket. Support the lower control arm with the floor jack, and be sure not to allow the steering knuckle to fall outward. This could cause damage to the brake hose. Remove the upper ball joint to steering knuckle pinch bolt and detach the ball joint from the steering knuckle. Also set the second brake hose bracket aside from which it was attached to the pinch bolt. Unbolt the larger brake line bracket from the frame. Remove the two upper pivot fasteners, then remove the upper control arm. Remove the shock absorber lower mounting bolt. While supporting the shock absorber assembly, remove the upper mounting fasteners. Remove the shock absorber assembly. It may be necessary to lower the control arm slightly to allow for removal. Install the new shock absorber assembly, feeding the upper studs through the body, then screwing on the upper nuts. Install the shock absorber lower mounting fastener and tighten it securely, but do not fully tighten it yet. Install the upper control arm, starting with the 2 pivot fasteners. Tighten these fasteners securely, but again, do not fully tighten them yet. Install the larger brake line bracket to the frame and tighten the fastener securely. Feed the upper control arm ball joint into the steering knuckle, then secure it in place with the pinch bolt fastener. Don't forget to also secure the brake hose bracket onto the pinch bolt. Tighten the upper control arm pinch bolt fastener to 35 foot-pounds. Install the next brake hose bracket and tighten the fastener securely. With the floor jack, simulate proper ride height of the vehicle by raising the lower control arm, compressing the absorber and coil spring assembly. This will allow for proper torquing values of the components removed. Fully tighten the upper control arm pivot bolts to 60 foot-pounds. Fully tighten the shock absorber lower mounting bolt to 90 foot-pounds. Lower the floor jack. Install the wheels and lug nuts, then safely lower the vehicle. Tighten the wheel lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds on 2009 and earlier models, and 75 foot-pounds on 2011 and later models. Tighten the shock absorber assembly upper mounting nuts to 31 foot-pounds. If the left side shock assembly was removed, install the cruise control actuator in the junction block mounting fasteners. Tighten the fasteners securely, but do not over-tighten them. Make sure these components are set up in the same way they were prior to removal. Install the battery tray and fasteners. Tighten the fasteners securely. Carefully install the battery back into the battery tray. Install the hold-down clamp and its bolt, then tighten it securely. When installing the cables on the new battery, always make sure to connect the positive cable first. Then the negative cable last. If the right side shock assembly was removed, install the air filter and filter housing. Bring the housing cover down, making sure the hinge tabs on the cover engage properly with the lower part of the housing. Snap back the clamps retaining the filter housing cover. Reconnect the mass airflow sensor and its harness retaining clip.